You're such a goober. All right, it's book club time. Have at it. I know you like to do these introductions.
You're supposed to say, I'm here with my bestie.
Oh, am I? Okay. I'm here with my bestie, Mandy.
And I'm here with my bestie, Jessica, for book club.
For book club. Yep.
Jessica's not as cool as me. She's not wearing a book club sweatshirt.
No.
All right. So this month for book club, we read Fight by Sloane St. James.
Mm-hmm.
Where's your copy?
On my bookshelf over there.
Okay, we'll wait.
No, I'm not gonna pull it. I knew you'd have it. I don't know. No.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so this was book club. Hello. Irene posted a little bit ago that she had some stuff come up, so she is not going to make it to book club. She was looking forward to book club, though. So we'll miss you, Irene. And we have a hello, ladies. Hello. Welcome to book club. Thanks for hanging out with us. Oh, Jessica, you went blurry, and I put us at 720. I don't know what you just did.
I made myself bigger. Is it still blurry?
Yes. To me, it is.
Is it going to make me plug in?
Probably. But I did change us.
Well, that doesn't always mean anything. Fine. I was really hoping I wouldn't have to.
Welcome. Hey, Megan. Welcome. Okay, welcome to book club. All right. Well, Jessica plugs in. I guess we can all get ready. I have my post-it note here, but I didn't write my rating because I've been going back and forth with my rating.
I didn't write my rating because I did it forever ago and it's on Goodreads and I was like, I forgot.
Okay.
I forgot I rated it, but you know. Okay. Is that any better? Is it getting non-fuzzy now?
Yes, it's much better. It took a minute for it to not be fuzzy.
Like,
it's still a little fuzzy when you move around.
Hold on, guys.
Okay, well, Jessica continues to do that. Everybody get your ratings ready and we'll put them in the chat at the same time. And we'll hold them up. Oh, Jessica has gone dark on us.
I'm here still.
Dun, dun, dun.
There. Okay, I turned off my cellular data.
And you plugged in?
Oh, yeah, I was plugged in before I turned off my cellular data.
Oh, okay. All right, here we go. Oh, hi, Brittany. Welcome. Okay, so Jessica and I will hold up our Post-its with our ratings, and you guys can put those in the chat, and we'll start discussing.
I didn't even do a Post-it. I told you I didn't do a Post-it.
What? Why not?
I just told you I didn't do a Post-it.
Why wasn't?
You know what? You're expecting way too much out of me.
Okay, just hold up your fingers then.
Good. Okay, good. I'm not going to post it.
Okay, ready? Okay. Everybody put it in the chat, your rating, and Jessica and I will show ours. Ready, go.
You didn't go. I gave it 5 stars.
Okay, 5 stars, 5 stars. Yeah. There was, I will just say, when I first read it, I was like, this is a really good, like 4.5 star book. And we were gone. Well, I took the book with me when we went to Wild and Windy and I physically read it. And so when I got home and I went to put it in Goodreads, I was like, you know what? After I finished the book, I kept thinking ooh, I want to get back to my book. I want to get back to it. And it's but wait, it's already over. So I'm like, that definitely, this was definitely a solid 5-star read for me. Yeah. Because sure. I still kind of am oh, I really like that book.
Yeah, I still there's still a lot. I mean, I read it a year ago and there's still a lot of scenes and stuff that have stuck with me because you asked me if I needed to do a reread. I even know that Brandon Francis did the narration for it. Those are the things I remember. And typically I've got no clue. I listened to a book earlier today and I can't tell you who narrated it. So, you know.
Megan says she can't believe how much she loved the book.
Mm-hmm.
And Brittany rated it. Oh, very precise, Brittany. 4.3 stars.
She must have a system.
Okay. And then we have a Rainy Night Bookworm, 3.5, 4 stars. And Megan says Callahan was a dirty boy in the best way possible. Jessica told me I had to read all of these out loud because she forgot her glasses.
I left my glasses at the office today at the warehouse. Oops.
It says, I think it's supposed to be like bah, like bah.
Do that again.
Please don't make me do that again. I don't want to read that. Mr. Goose, somebody let him outside and he wants to come inside and he is freaking out.
I can hear that. You can hear that. Are you
I'm
texting
gonna send a text. Jessica, you take off with this.
Oh, yeah, he was a dirty boy. I can't see anybody's comments because Mandy has control over everything right now. So,
well, there's no new comments. Nobody else is giving a rating. So
okay.
if you're on and you want to give a rating, please do. We would love to see how everybody else rated it. Oh, here comes another rating. A 4.
Okay.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. I definitely think for me, the fact that this was in Washington and it had to deal with logging, which my dad was a logger growing up. I think that added to the appeal for me. I could relate to a lot of the stuff that was happening in there. And so I think for some, it might not have appealed as much because it's not a thing.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Although I will say, and I don't know if you have, growing up,
we got another 4
with loggers and stuff. I've never met a fire jumper. Have you?
I know somebody who did it during college.
Okay. Yeah, it's not something I remember. It's not something like I don't think there was anybody in town that we knew of that did it growing
Probably
up.
more so in Eastern Washington.
Probably. Yeah.
Ooh, you read the entire series. Jessica has 2, and I am in book 2. And we met Danielle Baker this past weekend and got our copies of Honor signed. I'm almost done with Protect, and then I need to read Honor.
Yeah.
I like this series though so far.
Yeah.
Okay, really enjoyed the story. 4.5. Okay, well, I brought some notes. I didn't type them in this time, but I just brought like notes that we can talk about. So this time, what I try to do is go through and look at some of the main tropes. So we had emergency responder for this one, but I don't really know that there's a lot. Like that's kind of the whole book focuses on him being a hotshot, basically. So I don't know that that's something like to specifically dive into. So I looked at the other tropes, like the found family with like the brotherhood of the hotshots. So Jessica, what are your thoughts on the found family brotherhood of the hotshots?
I think it's typical when you're dealing with a situation that they're in. They're going to have that. I don't know. I mean, you're in high stakes situation and you're gone for a lot of the time. And they become your family. I think it's inevitable.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Oh, there's an edition with sprayed edges. We haven't seen them at stores yet. Mm-hmm. Interestingly enough, Danielle was there and she did not have copies of Honor because it's traditionally published, and so she can't sell them.
Nope. I think, and I have thoughts on that. And we've talked about it with a couple of authors. It's great when they get published, but they give up their rights to their books. Period. Mm-hmm. So, yeah.
Will that work?
Sure.
Okay. Set him right there, and then you can see what book we're talking about over my shoulder. And then everyone can still see it. I'm wearing my book club sweatshirt.
Okay.
Okay, Megan says you didn't realize it was no longer in KU until I went to read it and had to buy it. Yes, same. So that was something that Jessica and I realized when I went to, because Jessica had listened to a while ago, and then I called Jessica and I was like, I went to go get it and it's not on Kindle Unlimited, and I think it was like $9 ebook, which is on the more expensive side for an ebook, and I was like, I feel really bad.
That's
but it is
track
what it is.
publications.
Like you guys, we picked, like it was nominated and we all voted. So I didn't feel like we should change that. And I don't know that we want to make book club more complicated. So I ended up just buying it and physically reading it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Oh, we already got that comment. I'm here to see the spoilers because I didn't finish yet. I read multiple books at the same time and forgot to come back to this one, but I'm cool with spoilers.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. Anybody else have any comments on the brotherhood or found family before we move on? Dun, dun, dun.
Are you expecting me to say something? Because I got nothing else.
No, I'm wondering if
Oh, okay.
maybe people are going to type or say something else.
Okay.
We do see the impact of Jacob passing away in the next book.
All 3 books. I think it affects all 3 books. Or somebody, but yeah, it's mentioned in all 3.
It might be mentioned, but in the second book, it's going to play a bigger part.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Oh, we already did that comment. They didn't have fight in the stores anymore, only honor. I ended up buying the ebook. I am glad. I loved it.
Good.
I like the storyline and pacing. Yes, I did too.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's get down to this. So if you go to Goodreads and you look at Sloane St. James' bio, it says she enjoys writing strong, witty females and the dirty talking men that love them. And if you do much like Googling of this book in Callahan, he comes up a lot as being a very dirty talker.
Yes.
So what did everybody think about the spicy level of this book?
I remember the dirty talk. I remember thinking that too. Like, oh. So
Megan says she's definitely going to read the other 2 books now.
yeah.
Ooh, and Brittany wants to know everyone's favorite character. Okay, so let's talk favorite characters and what we thought of the spiciness. Oh my gosh, poor Mr. Goose is still outside. I'm going to send another message.
Use a lot of exclamation points and all uppercase.
Okay. It had a lot of spice, but it was pretty good. Lots of variety, LOL.
It didn't feel like too much, I think. I don't remember feeling like there was just too much spice.
No,
I
I
mean,
didn't
let's face
think
it, the ambulance scene was hot.
Yes. I didn't think that it was that over the top spicy. And when it was spicy, it felt appropriate to what was happening in the book, where sometimes you're like, oh my gosh, again. And
Yeah.
it was written a little bit different. Like the ambulance, when they're in the ambulance, that's very different from any book I've ever read.
Mm-hmm.
What
Yep.
did everybody else think about that? Brittany says, yes, it was spicy for chilies. It made sense for Callahan also.
It did, yeah. Mm-hmm.
So, Jessica, do you have a favorite character from the book?
I wouldn't say
Why did they have sex in the amber? LOL. I thought it was great.
because why not? They were alone in there, and there was an oxygen situation.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Which, as somebody who's had a heck of a lot of surgeries, I could smell that. I was like, oh, yeah, that's not a turn on. But favorite character, I don't know that we see her in this book, because my favorite character is the heroine from the 3rd book.
Teddy.
Who?
Teddy.
The heroine? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that's
We
her name.
see Teddy in here because
Okay.
Teddy walks out of the bar with him and they're both drunk and laughing and kind of hanging on each other. And Scotty sees them and doesn't know that's his sister and thinks he's just continuing his ways and going home with her.
Okay. I remember that scene, but I couldn't remember who it was that he did that with. But yeah, the heroine from the 3rd book is honestly my favorite.
So just thinking about fight, Cal is going to be my favorite character. Although I did really like Scotty. I liked both of them together a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Love the ambulance scene. Hot.
It was unique.
The oxygen mask, yes.
Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
definitely.
I can smell
Definitely
that
like
air just talking about it right now too. So yeah.
you love Teddy the most. Okay, somebody
Yeah.
else loves Teddy the most.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Teddy is funny.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Okay. We were on a plane and I was trying to eat my fruit and cheese platter while reading about the squirrel.
Squirrel. I don't remember the squirrel.
The dead squirrel that they throw at each other.
Oh. You didn't tell me that.
So, because I was reading my book.
Okay.
Okay.
Yum. No
This
wonder
was
you didn't eat your fruit and cheese platter when it was fruit and cheese platter time.
I ate part of it.
You didn't eat a lot of it. You ate it later, I think. If I remember right.
Okay, I don't know why you're picking apart my fruit and cheese platter eating habits.
It was because of the squirrel. I'm just saying that impacted you, obviously.
Okay. What did everybody think about that? I thought it was I was like, ew, this is gross.
I don't remember it.
They find
So
the dead squirrel, its eyes are gone, and they throw it back and forth.
I don't remember that part at all. Must have blocked it out, apparently. I can see that might be traumatic for some people. Like for my sister-in-law, that would be traumatic reading that in a book. She has a very compassionate heart towards animals.
Yeah. When
Mhm.
you read a lot of romance, it's nice for some different lovemaking scenarios. Yes,
Exactly.
I agree.
Mhm.
Yes, when they were throwing the dead squirrel. Yeah, it was gross, but funny, but gross. It made you laugh out loud. Oh gosh. Good thing I didn't start laughing out loud. I would have been spitting fruit and cheese platter.
On the back of the head of the person in front of us. Yeah. Yep.
It probably smelled.
Yeah,
You
it
know,
depends on where it wasn't in decomp.
this is probably too much information, but if it was kind of mummified at that point, so it may not
Probably
have
not.
been smelly at that point.
Uh-uh.
Yes, I agree, the dead squirrel was disgusting, but I mean, it was definitely different.
Mhm.
Okay, so then okay, we've talked about spicy stuff, squirrel, we talked about the ambulance. Okay, how about the whole miscommunication trope? Sometimes the miscommunication trope drives me insane in books because it's like be adults and have a freaking conversation. For me, though, the miscommunication trope in here is that he already has issues with like a woman in his past cheating on him at a very low point in his time. So even if you're gonna cheat, like that's a really shitty time to do that, right? At your like at the funeral, that was horrible. So he's already feeling like he already has, we know, hangups from that. And so then Dave basically baits him into believing that they're together. He finds out she's married. And so for me, that miscommunication actually didn't bother me because this was very early in their relationship. He didn't want to necessarily have a relationship so for him to be like, I don't even want to hear it. Like I was gonna hear her out on this whole marriage thing, but I'm not interested. She's with Dave. Dave was leaving her place early in the morning. Like I didn't blame him for the miscommunication trope because in other books I get frustrated because it's like be freaking adults and just talk to each other. But in this one, didn't feel that way. How about the rest of you guys? Jessica, what were your thoughts on the miscommunication trope?
It wasn't an issue in this one. I just didn't like when they were separated. I was glad that it wasn't for a very long time because that's one thing that I don't like in books is when you're cruising along and then there's the bumps in the road and then the couple separates for a long time and we have to read about them being separate. I don't like that. I want them together. This is a romance. So I was grateful it didn't last forever, but it made sense for this book. It didn't bother me. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, I just read a book. I don't like big time jumps.
Nope.
And I just read a book. The first book was really, really good. It was a duet. And in the second book, we jumped 17 years.
No.
Yeah. I was like, seriously?
No.
Yeah. Like, if you are supposed to be the loves of each other's lives, how does this
Why
go
are you hanging
17
out
years?
17 years later?
Yeah. And nobody was in prison or anything like that.
No.
Okay. Brittany says, I hate the maybe you should
Mhm.
go get your glasses. I hate the miscommunication trope. It eats up so much time.
Yep.
I think I would just walk away too. Yeah, I totally agree, Megan.
Yeah.
Stupid Dave. Yeah, Dave was
Stupid
annoying.
Dave.
You
Yeah.
know, something I've started doing, we interviewed Lola King a while ago, and she talked about how when she reads books, she always thinks like if there's other woman drama, like what happened to the other woman? And she's like, those are the characters I want to write. And I've started kind of thinking about that. And I'm like, I don't think I would even care about Dave.
No.
Like,
No.
he doesn't need to find things out.
No.
I do want to know about Jonathan, though.
The husband. Was that the husband?
Yes, the husband. You understood the miscommunication in the book. Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. I
It
think
made
that
sense.
the miscommunication worked for me. I don't like flashbacks. I usually don't either. It has to be done like in oh my gosh, I'm drawing a blank. What's my favorite Jennifer Milliken book, Jessica? What We
One of
Keep?
those. Yeah.
What We Keep?
Yes. Yes.
And that one, there's flashbacks, and I love that book. But
Yeah.
sometimes flashbacks don't work for me.
No, I am a 9 times out of 10 flashbacks don't work, and I can't stand books that are told in flashbacks. And once in a blue moon it'll work, but for the most part, no.
So I'm reading Protect, and it has some flashbacks.
That obviously didn't bother me because I don't remember that bothering me.
Okay.
So most of the time it will though. I don't tend to go for that.
Yeah. Okay, so it seems like we're mostly in agreement. We understood the miscommunication trope in
Mhm.
this one, and it did not bother us because it makes sense. It's not just like, oh, what bothers me is when people are like in a committed relationship and then something happens and they're just like,
Yeah, I mean the
whatever.
book I was listening
Like,
to earlier
have a
today.
conversation.
The book I was listening to earlier today, it's kind of mafia-ish. I mean, it's organized crime. And she realizes something's going on, that somebody's possibly betraying them, and she overhears something and she goes to tell him. This is one thing that I hate. She goes to tell him because she's heard something that's really important, and they end up banging it out, and then she never tells him. Like, I'm sorry, but my brain's going a mile a minute no matter what I'm doing. So like I would make sure that person knows. Now in this one, I was like, oh, here we go. She's not going to tell him, and then nobody's going to know, and then this is going to be an issue because that's typically what happens. But in this one, she actually did remember after the fact. But I mean, typically those are the kinds of things that happen with either the miscommunication or that something's really important they need to tell them, and then like life gets in the way and they don't. And I'm like, but if it's that important, you would get to the bottom of it. So that drives me nuts in books too. Yeah.
I don't know, Megan. I was kind of wondering that too, if we would get the husband's book later. I mean, we do hear at the very end that like he has moved there and has a boyfriend, but I think having his story would be kind of cool.
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't looked into her books enough to see.
I haven't either. Yeah, the flashbacks only sometimes work. Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. It can really take you out of a story too.
Oh yeah. Especially if we're flashing back to like when they're in high school or something. I don't care. I don't.
It's so funny. You're describing Protect.
I know, but I obviously don't remember that one enough to bother me. Like it didn't bother me, but typically it does. And I just don't
We
care.
went to high school too. And it also basically has a time jump if you think about it, because it starts in present day, but then we flash back to why they had this falling out in high school. And they do.
But I also think this was a 5-star.
I don't want
for
to give
me.
any spoilers away.
Yeah,
for
this
that
was a
one,
5-star for me. I really, really enjoyed the third book. The second book I liked, but it's not my favorite out of the three. And that could be why.
Yeah. Okay. Brittany says she doesn't like YA. For the
Never.
yeah, I can understand that. The next book is not YA. It just kind of
No.
flashes back to like some things that happened between them when they were teenagers.
Younger. Yeah. I cannot read YA at all.
Agree with Jessica on flashbacks and no high school.
No high school.
Jessica's that way too. I don't mind high school every once in a while.
Mm-mm.
All right. This takes us to the next trope on my list here, which I think might be the last trope on my list. And that is, well, I guess it's two basically. So we have the stranded because they get stranded there.
Mhm.
which then leads to like also forced proximity. So I think they're kind of the same, but they're also different because you can have forced proximity where people just work together and they're free to leave, but they're like in the same proximity. Or there's a wedding and there's the forced proximity because they're both in the wedding.
Yeah.
This is their it's like a stranded survival situation
Yep.
with the forced proximity. So what did everybody think of that?
Well, we probably know that that is why Jessica gave it 5 stars, because I love it. It is one of my favorites, and this was a
That
snow
reminds
day.
me of something else to bring up.
Okay. I love Stranded, and I love that whole thing. And they weren't just there for a night; they were there for a little while. Because once they get out of there, I just don't care. So, you know.
Hey, Brittany says she loves Stranded. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, I enjoy that too. I really liked this one with the forced proximity of
Yeah.
the stranded aspect. Um,
It
I
forced
would
them to
like
work their shit out too.
it did.
Hmm.
But I also really liked how we saw like Cal kind of being an ass to her at the very beginning because he's pissed about a lot of things. And then he's like, we see him thinking that through a little bit about like, oh, I probably shouldn't be being so harsh on her, but man, this really pissed me off, that sort of thing. And so I liked how we kind of saw that happening between the two
Hmm.
of them and kind of a gradual like coming together like
Yeah.
while playing. This is what I wrote down is the Battleship, where they played Battleship together.
Yeah. I love Battleship. Hey, I can bring it to our next book signing. Let's play Battleship.
Okay. She says, or I think they needed to be stranded and force them to communicate. Yes,
Yes. Yeah, and I did love that.
definitely.
Yeah.
Yes, appreciated that they didn't act perfectly. Yes,
Exactly. They're human.
I agree.
I
Yeah.
like it when my characters are human in books.
Hmm.
Life is messy.
Yeah. Well, and
Mhm.
that, I mean, he goes looking for her and sort of out of this weird obligation. And
Mhm.
like he is a public servant as a hotshot. And so he feels like somewhat obligated because of his job and that he also works in ski patrol and that sort of thing.
Yeah.
And then he goes, like, he's pissed that he's going to try and find her.
Mhm. Mhm. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So I liked it. I thought it set up everything perfectly for it and really forced the story together.
Yeah. Yeah, I love that. Again, that's probably why I rated it so high. I really like that.
Hmm.
Mhm.
Yeah, and it wasn't a quick fix either. And then they had to like walk out when they could finally get out and
Yeah.
everything. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Love stranded forced proximity.
Mhm.
Yes. Okay, so the title of the book was Fight. And so I guess we could think about this in a couple of ways. Like they kind of were fighting with each other a little bit, but they also had their own personal fights to get to where they are and
Mhm.
like healing because they had like both of them have trauma that has shaped where they are and who they are and have left both of them pretty guarded. So who do we think maybe had like the biggest fight, like personal like obstacles to overcome?
I don't remember enough to be able to answer that one.
I
Just
expect a
no.
5-page essay by Monday.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I'm
That
just
is
trying
the
to come up with stuff
teacher
to
in
talk
you
about.
coming off. Wow.
Yes.
I
We're
don't
working
have
on
time for your
5-paragraph essays right
five-page
now.
essay. We have a live show on Sunday and we have videos to record, and I don't got time for that.
I didn't say 5-page. I said 5-paragraph.
I don't have time for that either.
I would appreciate it if you would be listening.
Speaking of being back in school.
That's why I said that.
Okay.
Okay. Nobody wants to talk about the most difficult fight. I will keep our book club questions way more lighthearted.
Okay.
Oh, I know. We didn't really talk about Jonathan that much, so we could go and talk about him. Megan says, yes, I love that they addressed their mental health and it didn't just end up that they completed each other and all the trauma miraculously melts away. Yes, I like that
Mm-hmm.
too.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, sometimes that does work in books where like they just feel complete with one another and it's fine, but like you can't just read that every single time either. So it was nice that this was a little different.
Mm-mm.
Oh, Scotty had more of a fight with the cult and all. That
Think
is
so.
true.
Yeah. I really would like to see more of that cult. I am a freak for books with cults in them.
Yeah, okay. So
Okay.
people did want to answer my question. Okay.
Okay.
She felt like she did because of the cult. And Scotty is going to have to unpack a lot more trauma. Yeah,
Uh,
I would agree. I mean, it really sucked. I mean, Cal also had like his friend died and his mentor that was like a dad to him who was also his like really good friend's dad. So there was that stuff and then the cheating.
but I do think
But
the
yeah.
psychological things that happen to people who are in cults, I mean,
Mhm.
that is a lifetime worth of having to reset your brain and realize that you're away from that. I feel like not that we can weigh those traumas, but I still feel like that is ingrained in people and it's hard to walk away from it.
Yeah.
So,
I also thought it was interesting that her and Jonathan actually had slept together.
mhm.
When the book starts and it talks about like explains why they were married, I was like, oh, okay. So it was like this lavender marriage and it was just to protect him. And then she actually talks about how they were like intimate and everything. And I was like, oh, that's interesting.
Mhm.
So it was a little bit of a twist with that.
Yep. Yep.
Okay. Anybody else have any final thoughts before we move on to the next part of book club? Dun dun dun. Jessica, any final book club thoughts?
No, but I would like to put my cover model back on the table for favorite cover models. You took him off.
I know. I'm actually regretting that. This was my thought process. I know there were some comments about this. This was my thought process is that he is illustrated and not an actual
He's pretty.
cover model. But I would agree that he is
Yeah.
nice to look at.
Whiskey Ginger is the artist for that one, and she's very talented for all
I
three.
also picked up a few books at Wild and Windy that would allow me to com- compete differently. I don't know if that's what I meant.
Yeah. That would allow you would have new
New rank order.
there you go. My brain's not working tonight either. It's not the word I was thinking
Also,
of.
check out this book that Jessica bought off Pango.
I did not. Mandy sent me that night before last, and I was like, well, that guy ain't got much to cup. That's for damn sure.
Maybe he's
You keep trying to make it better. It doesn't make it better. If he had something to cup, it would be spilling. Okay. No.
no, the where his hand is maybe he's like cupping it back. It's like, and then he's like,
I stand by what I told you. Okay. Shit should be spilling out.
yeah, isn't it wild that Jessica bought that book?
Oh, yeah. What was it, like $150 or something? Didn't
Yeah,
that,
it
is that what
sounds
you
like
said?
another book, and it was
No. The other book is just
$150.
as bad.
And I just want to point out that this was an ad for Pango that popped up on my Facebook. And so apparently Pango thinks I have a type.
You do. It's called abs.
I actually, if it wasn't $150 and it was reasonable, I might be tempted to buy it just for fun.
I don't understand why it's $150. Like, is there
I don't
anything?
know. I
Oh,
don't know. I mean, I can go into Pango and look and see. I'm not even sure I've heard of that author before.
I have it. No. Yeah.
Does anybody remember what the name of the book was?
Yeah, we'll get up later.
I'm looking her up right now. Oh, okay. So it looks like she likes her cover models. And apparently apparently that's wow. Somebody else has another one of her books on here for $250.
Why?
I don't know. This one's there's this one from Patreon and it's 75. I don't know. Okay, has anybody read Cora Rose before? Like what's happening here? Does anybody know? I'm going to look into this author more. I'm really intrigued now. Okay, are we good? Are we ready to move on book club? Do we want to talk about Jonathan anymore? Are we good? What's everybody thinking about things? Okay, Megan says she's never heard of her either. And Megan reads a lot too. Like,
Yeah.
yeah. Okay. So Megan says it's spinner time. Yes, we are going to spin. But first, I wanted to bring up something. And again, book club is for all of us, not just me who likes to wear my book club sweatshirt or Jessica. So we want this to really we wanted this to be fun and be for everyone. So I want to throw this out here and we'll see if people are interested. If we're not interested, that's totally fine. So C.R. Jane, and you can go back and watch our C.R. Jane interview if you want a little more information on about the book, because I don't have a ton of it for this purpose of this video, our video of.
I don't even think we talked about the book though.
She talked about it because she talked about it being, she was writing a fantasy book.
Oh, well, yeah, but she didn't give a lot of details.
I don't think she gave a lot of detail. So C.R. Jane has a book called Shadows of Sparta that is coming out on June 2nd. And sorry, I'm assuming Brittany's saying she's so confused about the covers. Me too, Brittany, me too.
We both are. Yeah.
But wildly sort of intrigued by it. Anyway, okay, so this book comes out on June 2nd, and C.R. Jane is doing a book club kit. And I thought, oh my gosh, that would be really cool if people wanted to do that book for book club and we could get the book club kit. And I went to fill out the information for us. And we there's a few things we have to do. And then I was like, oh, maybe this won't work for online book clubs. So when we saw C.R. Jane at Wild and Windy, we see her a lot, so she recognizes us, and we always have a great time chatting with her. And Wild and Windy wasn't nearly as busy as most book signings are. And I don't think I've ever seen C.R. Jane sit ever. And she was sitting.
Yeah, a lot.
So we chatted with her for a while, and I asked her about this, and she said that she actually had quite a few people who were doing online book clubs with this. And so she will send me the book club kit, and then from there I would disperse it amongst the people who want to participate. I don't know how much stuff we'd get, so it would kind of go in who signs up first and then from there. And so what it is we would get bookmarks, stickers, and book plates, and then she's also would send a personalized video for our. It says personalized, so I don't know if that means directly for our book club or if it's just
probably just for book club.
For book club, yeah.
Yeah.
And so we have to qualify, we have to have at least 5 members who have purchased the book. So we just want to know if you guys would be interested in this, and if so, then I can get a little form together where we can get those filled out, and you can send your receipts to show that you've pre-ordered the book. And then the people who do that by a certain date would be automatically included in getting the gifts, and Jessica and I would just mail those to you guys once we got the book club kit.
Does it matter whether they pre-order the Kindle book or the paperback?
Okay, I think I tried to figure this out today, and I couldn't find a direct answer for book club, but I think it's the paperback or the hardback. I don't think the Kindle one is included. I could be wrong, and I can reach out to her for clarification on that. But here's the cool thing. If you pre-order the paperback or the hardback, there's a separate form C.R. Jane has. And if you do that, you will get, after the book is released, you will get a novella in the Pucking Wrong series. A never before seen novella for the Pucking Wrong series will be emailed to you. So I thought that was kind of cool. So there's the information on it. And again, this, I'm not really a fantasy reader. Jessica's not really a fantasy reader, but it's CR Jane. We really like her writing. So I want to give it a try. So I thought that could be fun. And it comes out June 2nd. So I think we would make that our June book club read. But if people are like, no, we don't want to do that, let's just stick with the tropes, that's totally fine. But if there's people who are interested, I thought we could do that. So
well, with the whole Sparta thing too, I was like, gladiators? She didn't say that we weren't getting them when I mentioned gladiators. So
is there a description of the book up yet?
I don't know. And then where is this form that they're supposed to fill out to get the thing, the novella? Is that on CR Jane's website? Where is that?
So she has it pretty heavily placed everywhere. The link, I think it's like in her Instagram on her link tree, and I think you can go find it on her website as well. I've done some of her pre-order incentives before, and they're pretty easy to find and very easy to do. I can always put that information, because I think what we would do is a form where you could where you would fill it out, give me your mailing address, and attach a picture of, because we have to submit those. We have to have at least 5 to qualify of people showing that they pre-ordered the book. And so in that form, if we want to do it, I could make the form, and in the form I could give information if people wanted to also go get her pre-order incentive. What I'm trying to see if I can find what it's about, because the pre-order is up on Amazon. So I would think it would have dun, dun, dun. Okay, it's a Greek mythology romantasy. It's 416 pages.
There will be a simultaneous audio, I think she said.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Even as her heart is pulled in 2 different directions, Helena fights to save Sparta in the face of a tyrannical.
Tyrannical?
Thank you, king, and this romantasy retelling of Helen of Troy. Sparta is dying. Gods once ruled the land until King Menelaus.
Oh, no, King. Say it again.
Menelaus cast them out and crowned himself in their place. Now drought scorches the earth, and a mysterious affliction steals the breath from the living, while defiance is answered with death. When the king resurrects the ancient trials meant to choose his queen, Helena becomes her dying village's only hope. Cursed with a terrible beauty, she steps forward not for glory but for survival. But beauty alone cannot save her from a crown stolen from the gods. Alone in a dangerous court, Helena must decide whom to trust: Achilles, a legendary warrior bound to the throne by blood and oath, or a mysterious prisoner, bearing forbidden magic and long-buried truth. One guards her cage, the other whispers how to escape it. One of them is lying. Oh no, is this a love triangle?
I'm rooting for the mysterious prisoner!
The fate of her people rests on Helena's shoulders. Or is it Helena? It's Helena.
It's because it was Helen of Troy. So
Helena?
I'm going to assume the original thing was Helen of Troy.
If she chooses wrong, Sparta will not simply fall, it will kneel. Helena must claim the throne or be destroyed by it. It's a dark romantasy featuring a strong heroine, morally gray heroes, forbidden magic, and enemies to lover, triangle, and violence. It is intended for mature audiences. I should have read this before I started.
Well, the fact that she refers to it as heroes makes me think that maybe she doesn't choose it. It's like she gets both. I don't know.
No,
but
I'm gonna read it regardless. I'm curious about it.
So I mean, I love that this is a Helen of Troy retelling. I know she said that to us, and I like spaced it, but God, I love that.
Yeah. So Fabi says she's in. Brittany says cool. And Jody says, I read some fantasy, so I'd be up for reading it. I've liked the CR Jane I've read. Okay, so we have a few people that seem a little interested. So maybe what I'll do is I'll go ahead and just create a Google form where people can decide. And then if we get enough people, we'll do this for June. If not, we'll...
well, I mean, really, it takes 3, guys. It really does, because there's Mandy and I are 2 out of the 5 that we have to have minimum. So...
And we actually don't have romantasy or fantasy on our trope wheels, so we can just pretend that it spun that for June.
Yeah, love that. I love that for us.
Megan says she's in. Okay, well, we'll give it a try and we'll see.
Yeah, I think it'll be fun.
I'll get a form together. Give me like a day or two, but I will get that together. I might be able to whip it out tonight, but sometimes I get busy.
Whip it out.
I'm not a fantasy girl, but hi. I'm not really a fantasy person either. I don't really care for it.
But I am a C.R. Jane person.
Yeah, I like C.R. Jane's writing, so I'm intrigued. And this could make book club wild because there might be some of us who are like, oh my God, this was so great. And some of us who are like, fantasy is awful. What was I thinking?
The fact that there's simultaneous audio makes me excited because that is what I'll be doing. Let's just fix that. I will be listening. Yeah.
And C.R. Jane is just such a nice person.
Sweetheart. So. I love C.R. Jane.
Okay. All right.
Next.
So, what?
Next.
Okay, we'll give that a try for June.
Okay.
So I guess in May we wouldn't do the wheel.
Yeah.
We would do it at the June one.
Yeah.
Okay, so I have the wheel ready. Dun, dun, dun. Okay, so the wheel is spinning. Are we ready? Are you going to be able to read it for us, Jessica?
Yeah. I lean forward.
Jessica's nose is touching the screen. Oh no, it's like a little worded one.
Main character over 35. So older heroine. Mature heroine.
Ooh, that could be challenging.
35 though? I would say 30 and up.
This is what our thing said.
I don't know 30? Who put 35 in there.
Okay. What's going to be challenging about this, though, is to come up with the books for it, because sometimes I'll be reading a book and I'll be like, oh, she's older. It's an older heroine. So then I write it down so I remember. But it's not something that always comes to mind. Like, I don't mean comes to mind. I meant like it's not something that when you're looking at book tropes that show up.
It's not easy to find unless you write it down when you read a book. That's true.
Yeah. Do we feel good about this, that we're going to be able to come up with books for it?
I don't know. Kristen Ashley has a lot of heroines that are over 35.
Okay. You might say, Jessica and I jump in and give a few as bestie book reviews just to get us started, but definitely let us know.
I do love an older heroine. I just feel like 30 is easier than 35.
Megan's liking this. Okay, Megan.
Okay.
Give us all the good ones. So I will get that posted once we get off. And we don't have to have such a quick turnaround. Jessica and I have not talked about when book club is yet. Jessica, you don't have anything happening in March other than when you're gone with me, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So then March 27th will be book club.
Sure.
Well, March 20th, we're going to be gone.
Mm-hmm.
And I think March 13th is way too soon. So March 27th.
Okay, works for me.
Okay. March 27th. So we don't have as tight a turnaround. So I will put the thing up to just give us the books for the weekend. And then Monday we'll put the poll up. And if we have a lot, we might vote, on like do a final vote. We'll see how all that goes.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm with you. I always forget like the ages too. And it's just not something like when you're thinking about a book to read, it's not always there.
But we have some written down. So we can help if we need to.
Write them down after I've read them.
Well, I always write down older heroines. So I know that, I get it. It might be something that we've already read, but it is what it is. Unless somebody else out there can
find a couple that I haven't read yet.
Okay, well, she better be over 35 then.
Every book off my shelf. Are we doing 35 or just over 30?
I would prefer over 30. Personally, I think it's going to be easier to find them if they're just over 30, but I don't know. What does everybody else think?
Okay. Oh, this was your first time in book club and you had fun. Yay, thank you. Yay! I'm so excited. And you're very welcome. Thank you. Jessica still got her mysterious bow on the shelf.
Yep. It's gonna be Bo for a while. It might be Boo eventually. I don't know. I haven't pulled my stuff out of the suitcase.
Debbie says just over 30. I think that over 30 is going to help us the best.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm with you, Anne Marie. I'm looking forward to seeing what everyone comes up with.
Yeah.
But I will scour my unread
Yeah.
shelves over there and see what I can come up with.
Just remember that it needs
Get
to
us
have
started.
audio.
Yes, that might make it even more tricky.
Mm-hmm.
But we'll come up with some. I'm sure we'll
Yep.
be able to come up with some.
Yep.
All right. Well, is there anything else anybody wants to talk about before we hop off? We usually try to go for an hour. We have 10 minutes. So if there's anything else if anybody wants to say what they're currently reading, or we can just call book club. I am excited though that it sounds like most of us enjoyed Fight. So that's good. It's always good when we have a book that everybody enjoys.
Yep.
All right. Megan says she's reading Dance of Madness by Jagger Cole.
Oh.
Is that the newest one? Jagger Cole has so many books that I can't always keep up. And like some of his older things, I think have been getting audio. So then that gets a little confusing.
Convoluted in my head.
You're behind? Okay.
We all
with
are.
Jagger Cole, it would be very easy to get behind on his stuff. I'm reading The Wilderness Within. Oh, good job, Jody. Or good job, Jody. I don't know why I meant like that. Why I said good job. But anyways.
We're so proud of you.
Yeah.
What the hell?
No. I was meaning something like, ooh, that's really good. Like,
it's really exciting for her.
Yes. Yes, I'm very excited for you. That would have been better than good job. I teach third grade, and sometimes I think things become like a default response for me.
Yeah, get it.
Sucker for a Siren by Lauren Conley.
So I take it that must be fantasy.
Working my way through the Folk Haven series. Jody says she's loving it. Awesome. Ooh, you're starting the exception for the buddy read.
Me too!
Which is Sunday on Jen's channel. We do the buddy read with Amber and Jen, and that is on Jen's channel. So yeah, we're looking forward to that too. Oh, speaking of Vi Keeland and Penelope Ward both have had, they just posted about this today. Someone has taken a book and made it look like it is a new release from them and has used it when it happened to Penelope Ward and to Vi Keeland, maybe other authors too. And it's not them. They're working hard with Amazon to dispute it and to get it taken down. Amazon somehow managed to link it to their other books. So when people log on and see it, it looks like it's legit and it's not. And so she was posting about that. So I just thought, not something I would have ever thought, because if I can see that it's linked to the author's other stuff, I would then make the assumption that this is a legit book and maybe a surprise drop. So something just to think about when you come across what appears to be a surprise drop by somebody. Double check that they really do have that book coming out, because Penelope Ward and Vi Keeland are both pretty popular authors, and to have that happen to them, like they're pretty upset about it because people were buying the book thinking like, oh my gosh, surprise drop. And Penelope Ward is a little stressed out because she actually has a book that's coming out. I think it comes out on Sunday. And so she's a little nervous about that with this having just popped up. So just random thought that I didn't realize like that people were crazy like that.
Yeah. And I might mention this too, since you're talking about authors and Amazon. I might mention it in our 1 minute book recs this week because so it'll reach everybody. But BJ Alpha had one of her books taken down by Amazon this week. And it's Stone, which audio is coming out this month for it. She doesn't know what day still, but audio is coming out. But they took down the paperback and the Kindle version, and she tried everything she could to figure out why and to put it back up.
Mhm.
She even took out like all the taboo aspects in it, thinking maybe that was the problem. It still wouldn't accept it, and so she's finally just given up, and it's on her website. And that's going to be the only way to get it. So for now, at least, which is very upsetting for her, obviously. But hey, it's a taboo book now, so we can call it that. But there's nothing. I mean, like I've read so much worse. I don't understand why it's taken it down, and she doesn't either. But I was listening to the ALC about a week ago, so she was messaging me a couple of days ago, going, "What do you remember?" And I'm like, "Oh, nothing." So
And BJ is in the States quite frequently, and she is going to be in the States in March. And so she does have an order form up if you would like to order. It saves you a lot of money on shipping
mhm.
because then she can ship it here from the United States. And so I think
The
that order
supplies
form
are
is
very low right now too on Stone.
closing pretty quickly. So
Mhm.
if you're interested in any books from her, including Stone, you can go check that out. I think she has the information on her website, and she has a couple Facebook groups too.
Yeah.
And if you can't find it and you want it, just email us and we can get it to you as
Mhm.
well.
Yeah.
Elizabeth, have you read, or is that Lisbeth? Lisbeth?
Mhm.
Lisbeth. Have you read the words before? Like, is this a reread or is it the first time you're reading the words? Because I'm a little bit jealous of first time
Mhm.
readers of that. So good. Reading Silver Elite Tourism Season. I have not heard of that, Brittany.
Mhm.
Oh, the words is a favorite. Yes,
Good
yes.
one.
It is on
Yeah.
my top book list.
Mhm.
The High Priestess by Michelle Hurd.
Ooh, how's that going?
I would be upset too. Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. For all three of those authors.
Yeah. Yeah.
Amazon is the worst. They have such a monopoly. Yes.
Hmm. And when an author has their book in KU, they can't list it anywhere else. And BJ uses KU. And so it's very upsetting. Loss of income right before the audio release. And then she's afraid that they're going to take the audio down too. So, you know,
What's
and it was
frustrating
expensive.
is the lack of communication
Yeah.
too.
Why can't you tell them why you took it down
Yeah.
so she could
We
correct
had
that?
this problem though, like with our just our reading journals, like
Yes.
things it wouldn't work. But then there was like no information on why. They would just say, like,
Mhm.
oh, it appears that you have used a word that's like a phrase that's been copyrighted or something.
But
And
they
we're like,
wouldn't tell us
what?
what it
What
is.
what was the phrase? What did we say that
Yeah.
you didn't like? But they won't
Yeah.
tell us. And it's like we just have to play
Yeah.
guess and check.
They were the same way though when we first created our account and had to do all of our taxes and stuff with them, and like just to get those forms in, they wouldn't tell us what they kept denying it, and we
Yes.
couldn't figure out why. So
Yeah.
they are horrible. Yeah.
Yeah. My husband always laughs like when my books, like I've learned, don't order multiple books from Amazon at once because they shove them all in a box and then they come destroyed. And my husband is always like, for a company that got started by selling books, you would think that they could package them better. And I'm like, yeah,
Mhm.
how hard would it be? Like,
Yep.
it's not that hard to package
No.
a book to make it through the mail
Nope.
or the UPS or
And
whatever.
even the one I got one this week, and they sent it with a replacement backpack because I needed a new backpack, and there was something else that was hard in there, and then this little book, and it was all in this box with all this room, and I was like, it was lucky it didn't get damaged. It's ridiculous.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Dark Verse by, I don't
Ruin
know how to
X.
say that. How?
Ruin X.
Runex? Oh, okay.
Mhm.
Have you read it, Jessica?
No, but
You just know the
I know the
author?
author. Yeah.
I love The Exception. Yeah, it was really good. I enjoyed it too.
Yep.
All right. Well, are we ready to jump off then? I think we made it to our hour for book club.
I gotta go eat dinner.
Yeah, I haven't eaten
I
dinner yet.
sent the whole family to the
Mm,
Mexican restaurant because I didn't want to deal with them, but I have dinner for myself somewhere.
yeah.
Yeah. Town's so small, we just have one.
All
So,
right.
mhm.
Oh, it's your first time reading. Where'd that go? First time reading and you're loving it so much. Yeah, it is so good.
Yummy.
You are welcome. Thank you
Awesome.
guys so
Thanks.
much for joining
Mhm.
us. And in case you haven't heard, we have teamed up with Coveted Cover to give away this one. Well, it's the 3 books. Jessica, you explain it. You'll do better than me.
We are giving away the Frozen Fate trilogy, the coveted cover special editions, the only special editions of the Frozen Fate trilogy by Pam Godwin. And you can enter that by going to Coveted Cover's Facebook group, which is coveted, not cover to cover, Coveted Cover Unboxed. And then post a screenshot. We only say that because there was a girl that was in at Wild and Windy, who is a follower of ours, and she said she'd sent me an email, but she sent it to cover, not to me. But you just need to post a screenshot that you're following us there, and that will enter you into the drawing for those books that will ship in May.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
All right. Well, thank you guys so much for joining us. We had a lot of fun, and look for the post soon for book club for March, as well as information on what we're going to do for June.
Yep.
A sweet nose. Okay.
Okay.
Interesting.
Somebody really, she loves your nose.
I guess. Oh, you already ordered. Yes.
Yes.
I think you're talking about the coveted cover books.
Probably. Yeah.
Or maybe you're talking about the Shadows of Spring.
No, we're down to our very last couple of copies, so that it'll be closing. We only left it open this long because where we print, they closed down because of Chinese New Year. They shut down the factory all of February. And so we had a number that we were trying to hit. We hit that a while ago. And then we have like our max number and we're almost there. So we could leave it open longer because we can't send it to print yet. So
the printers are
they don't come back till next week. Till the first part of March.
All right. Well, I'm going to go ahead and hit end. Thank you guys so much for being here. We really appreciate you all.
Yep.
Have a good evening.
Bye.